Good afternoon. Welcome into the stream. I don't know why I stopped that. And as you can see, my restream isn't up because, as usual, when I go live, I think, yeah, I've got everything set up, and then it turns out it's not. So just give it a second to load in there. Okay, looks like it's up and running. It's good. Not up and running on my phone yet. Come on. So what am I doing today apart from swatting this annoying fly that's been hanging around me all day? Yes, I already have an account. Yes, I want to log in. That's why I pressed login before. Am I a robot? Am I a robot? Well, isn't that a philosophical question? I suppose I'm not. Come on, mate. Don't want to have to splat you. Okay, so what am I doing? What am I doing? I am currently, unlike everybody else who seems to be trying to make videos about the newest way to rip the game off. Yep. I don't want a new key because I'm not doing it in that way. Please just give me the chat for God's sake. I'll be with you in a minute, people. I don't know what's happened to Restream. I don't know if to change something, because often websites do these days. They change stuff around and then you get completely lost. But it's telling me to log in, and when I log in, it's taking me to my Restream account, which I didn't want. Restream. I'm gonna go through it again. I might as well load this up while I'm waiting, mightn't I? Okay, so yeah, I'm doing the community goal, and yeah, there is a new version. That's why. Right, explains it. I'm doing the community goal. Now, I started to do the community goal. The other community goal. There's two of them. One of them's to collect escape pods in one system because some ships have been attacked, and the other is to take something to Colonia. And at first I was like, well, I'm not going to Colonia, I'm going to do this stuff, I'm going to collect this stuff. But it actually became a bit ridiculous. I'm going to explain it. So this current community goal will allow you to stock up a ship with cargo racks and limpets, and with the correct mix of cargo racks to limpets, you can sit in the system, scoop up the escape pods, log out, log in again, scoop them, log out, log in again, scoop them, and to a point where you can literally be making like 25-30 million an hour, which to me just that doesn't seem like a community goal. If they'd have put 7 or 8 spots and you had to kind of circulate around them, and they had a, I don't know, a 15-minute reload time for them to drop in again, I'd probably do it. Or if they'd have just upped the amount of USS in that area, I'd have kept on doing it. But it just seems pointless to do it that way. You know, somebody can say, well, you could do it normally and return to the station and then come back, but you're not going to get anywhere in the community goal then, and you're not going to achieve what you want. Hey Darren, how's it going? So currently I am out here, wrong button, in the Zavijev system, and I'm collecting mats, which I'm going to then, probably on Monday, I'm going to set out for Colonia, and I'm going to deliver them to Colonia. Now at the moment on this planet I'm collecting germanium, and I'm up to 154, which isn't too bad. I think I was on 34 or something yesterday, before I started doing some collecting yesterday. So I'm going to continue to do that. And then I think on Monday, just turn the music up a little bit because, well, it's a bit boring actually. Oh Christ, I'm free rolling here. So yeah, I wanna try and get up to that 250 mark at least before Monday. And then if I do have some extra time, I'll go to another place and get something extra. Just gonna do a test, Darren, because I didn't see your first message on my chat, but I think I might have got it up late. How you doing? Are you in game? Alright, so okay, my chat looks like it's working and everything now, which is good. I'll just go off a little bit here. Now, the only thing about this planet that I'm not liking is parts of it are the terrain is really annoying, but it's fun. It's been a bit travel sicknessy, but it seems to. There we go. Right, so we're getting closer. Oh cripes, there's a big... Is this this is a... This is a crater. I was trying to find my words there. So probably not... See if I can get a soft landing. Yep, okay. Not bad. Okay, so we've obviously got something over this way, so we'll go try and... see what we've got over here. It seems quite a wide scan, so... I think it should be somewhere around here. Probably going to have two separate bits. Now, this planet is supposed to have a 4.6% makeup of germanium, but it's definitely not dropping in at that rate. So, I'm starting to think that the drop rates on stuff is just completely random. I don't even know if the percentages truly actually make it up, in my opinion. It's only my opinion, but okay, so definitely a bit bumpy, this terrain. Okay, we've got a break off there, I think, by the looks of it. So, but the good thing about this terrain is I am having to fix my ship every now and again, which is using up some of the materials. So I get to collect some more. There we go. There's the first one, and it's a bronzite crondite, which generally is what the first one always is. But there is a chance with this one that it might actually have something in it. And there's a second one just loaded in over there, which is good. And we have a third one just off to the right, I think. So that's good for us. I'm in the wrong position now. Okay, so normally the first one does have a piece of germanium in it. I don't know why. But I can't even see what that one... There you go. So you can see, I can even guess when something's dropping out. That's not a good rock to be harvesting from, but it just seems that when you log in, the first one you hit always seems to have germanium in it. And then oh, my inventory's full on that one. There's another one there, but it's a little bit of a way away, actually. I didn't expect it to be that far. It's another bronzite. And normally these really, they have very little in them. But like I said, normally the first one has germanium in it. I don't know why, but it does. Oh, so does this one, so I'm doing well here. Where did the germanium one go? There we go. So yeah, this kind of has been me for the most of yesterday. I didn't live stream yesterday though, because I think I'm gonna take Fridays off. Yamix does a stream, I think Down to Earth does a stream, a couple of other people do a stream, so I was just like, maybe Friday's the best day to take a day off. It looks like we might have 2 here actually. Fingers crossed. Might even have 3. There we go, there's one. Shame the sun's. It's a shame the sun's down on this one. Does anybody else think that this game should actually not run in real time? At the moment it runs in real time. Would anybody else prefer the game to run just a little bit faster? I need carbon. Don't need a ton of it. Our scanner's quite full here, so I can afford to be slightly greedy. I think it looks like it's closer there. And the idea is to get as close to those mountains as possible. That was not because they'll have anything extra or anything, just because I wanted to see them close up. So I've kind of slowly been making my way towards them for the past day. So there's a couple of other things you can deliver apart from germanium as well, which I will, if I can get up to the required amount today, I will try and get some of the others. I'm not that interested in setting off early. What I am interested in actually on this trip out of the out to the black is to try out some ideas I have for trying to find Earth, Lakes and Water worlds. Anybody knows, generally when I go out into the black, I try and collect as much data as I can on how I find stuff, and I hold that data back for... Are we full on iron as well? Iron... Germanium, whoa! Is that germanium or the other one? No, the other one. Right, germanium. Don't know why the germanium's suddenly dropping in. That's because it's Saturday and more people are playing. Right, where was that other part of the scan? It's there, isn't it? So, let's send me off a little bit to the left. Looks like there's like a little... There might be a block somewhere just off to my left. I think it's going to end up coming in just off to the left, but I was hoping that that might mean there's 2. Oh crap, have I just gone into a crater? Yep. The problem with driving in the dark, you can't see anything. Oh wow, that's just filled up my scanner there. Where's the... That's the good one. I was really surprised the scanner filled up there. Should be pretty close by. There we go. And there's just one off to the left as well. Way. Like a glove. Right. Oh. That's to the right. I don't think it's... Get it there. There we go. 2 zirconium and a carbon. Well, I need carbon, so I'll take it. Full of carbon, though. Got some zirconium. 263 germanium. You see, now the germanium's kind of dropping off. And that's why I'm kind of getting a bit miffed at it, if that's the right word, because it's not really dropping in as fast as I expected. I kind of felt they might increase the drop rate just a little bit, because seriously, if you want to fill up on them, it's not like you can go backwards and forwards to Colonia. If you're out in Colonia and you've already scanned a load of planets and you've tagged them, which I don't understand why anybody would, you've probably got your own place out there and you can go backwards and forwards, but I honestly don't think that's happened. One thing I haven't checked is whether there's actually any logged places in Colonia that has germanium. That might be interesting, because they might have a higher drop rate out there, I don't know. So then I would probably want to set off earlier. I might actually try that. I don't know why I didn't think about that before. Logic to the rescue! Hey Zoomski, how are you doing? I'm good. I just didn't stream last night because there's too many streamers on a Friday, mate. I just don't want to be in that kind of having X, Y, or Z over the top. So might have been better for Twitch, actually. My viewing figures seem to be going up in Twitch. Right, look, this could be 2. So hopefully, as long as the game isn't... Yep, we've got 1 here, and then there's going to be 1 off to the left there. So there could be some off to the right as well. Germanium 2. Nice. Come on, the G's. Come on, you G's. I'll take it all day long. Another 6. Am I full? Ah, okay, that's why. I'll have it. I'm not full of vanadium, though. I know I'm not. Yeah, I mean, I have been thinking about the retro stream though. I've got an idea. I should be putting the work in on it now, actually, instead of streaming. But you know how it is, you get the urge. No, I'm off to... I mean, Kathina let the cat out of the bag yesterday anyway. Hey, Cindering. Yeah, the kind of... I actually don't even think the percentages, the planetary percentages have an effect on it. I really don't. I think it's totally just based on... Don't even know if it's RNG. As I said, whenever you log in, you get an absolute... Your first rock will have what you're looking for in it, surprisingly. And they seem to know what it is you're looking for. So I will be going ahead with that next week, Zoomski. For sure. But it'll only be 1 day a week. Germanium! It's asking too much to have 2, isn't it? Am I just being greedy? We only need 250. Oh, there's another rock just dropped in as well. So that's good. I knew there was a rock over there anyway, but oh, we're full. Alright. So I don't know how retro I'm gonna go. I don't know whether to start with Master System and SNES. I mean, I could go even more retro, but I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of games have not aged well. I mean, like seriously, they've not aged well. Nobium. Don't know. Yesterday I was getting nothing. All the time. I mean, I'd get it every now and again, and then it's funny. I'm on the same planet, but I've not been in game, and it almost feels like it's dropping what I haven't picked up in the extra hours yesterday. That was kind of what it feels like to me. But I'm a wanton man of conspiracy theories, so oh, we've got another one. Or is that where I've just come from? No, there is another one here. Metallic. I think I'll, yeah, I'll play like... No, what I mean, I just don't know how far back to go. Because, you know, like, Pong. Nobody's going to sit and watch Pong for an hour. Well, you can't even win at Pong, actually. I always forget that. It's just a never-ending game until somebody smashed their hand on the reset button. Polonium, polonium, polonium. I will stream next Thursday and Friday, actually, though, because I won't be streaming Elite. I'll be streaming Detroit Become Human, which comes out Thursday, but any luck, if I scratch some backs at the computer shop, I might get it on Wednesday. I'll have to see. Germanium! Germanium, you're filling my stocks. Right, where's that one gone? What's that one? Polonium. I'll take polonium as well, actually. I never use it, but it's good. It's a good map to trade. It's a really good map to trade. It's up to 175. We're not quite there yet. You can win? I was always told it was never ending. Or if at least I remember we were like... Me and my sister played to like 150 versus 100 or something once, I'm sure. There might be a single player mode where you can win and it gets faster or something. But so I was thinking, like, I thought about doing it along what I personally started with. So my first real gaming system was a Mega Drive. I was one of the kind of first people I knew to kind of go retro. So I bought a Master System after the Mega Drive because no bugger wanted to play it. But it wasn't really my first system. Kathina will be happy to know that I have downloaded Dino Crisis and Parasite Eve together. And I thought about like arcade games as well, like the old arcade games, because arcades don't really exist anymore. It's like, I understand why, because gaming's just gone through the roof, but do you remember how superior arcade games were? The thing is, because some of them had like 8-button systems and whatnot, it's impossible to emulate. Well, it's not impossible, but it's a nightmare. I'm not going to play Atari ET. No, that deserves to be buried. Any of those games from back then. It's actually a Goonies game. There was a horrible. Did I say horrible? Ghostbusters game. I remember having it. Oh my good lord! And all you tried to do was catch Slimer in every level. Zirconium, sulfur, we've got carbon, vanadium, and nickel. So we've not got anything of the germanium persuasion. Ah, oh, fucking bugger. Have you seen all the new exploits? Skimmer missions are back. What was the other one I was looking at yesterday? What was it yesterday? Ah, there was something or other. Make €1 billion per hour or whatever. Hang on, what's he doing? Has he just taken off, or? No, it's not showing up on my contacts list. It was, you're right, Cindering, yeah. Caused a massive crash as well. Terrible games, the majority of them. The ones in the arcades actually did alright. There was some pretty good movie and TV show arcade games that actually did really well. One of the ones that always sticks in my head was the very early WWF games. They were actually on the in the arcades. They were amazing to play. They were ridiculously difficult, but they were really good to play. Whoops, an outcrop. I don't think you get anything decent from an outcrop, actually. But we'll try. Well, I always say I have my passenger runs. They pay high, but I never abuse them. I just do them every now and again when I've got time. And load up a bit. But yeah, skimmer missions are back. Oh my god. Nothing. Oops. Yeah, I don't need zinc, nickel, sulfur. I think I might need sulfur. No. Actually, I shouldn't really add them to the ignore list because carbon. Oh, I'm full of carbon now as well. Right, let me just. Oh, we've got more ahead. And we've got one to the left as well, actually. I think that's actually closer, but... So yeah, like, WWF WrestleFest. Which is really a strange name, because the WWF actually used to have an event called WrestleFest. But as far as I can remember, it wasn't live. It wasn't for pay-per-view. It was for home video only. So to actually make a computer game with that name seemed a really odd... Seems like a really odd choice at the time. Vanadium... Oi! But yeah, that ET game's a really good example of the ones that were just made. There was a Goonies one as well, which was supposed to be a direct... Which one was I looking at before? Here. It was supposed to be a direct actual sequel. Apparently. When you say a griefer, what do you mean? What you would he literally goes around griefing? You can't be a very good griefer if you won. I'm not saying that you can't hold a conversation or anything, but griefing has certain socio tendencies to be a griefer, unless you're kind of someone who just like you just do it because you can. Yeah, and they had 6 months to make it. But the games were pretty crappy anyway. That Ghostbusters one, seriously. Shocking. Oh, we've got a good one. We've got a good one! Right, come on. Germanium ×2. Please. For the love of God. I don't want to be here for the rest of my life. Well, I'll take one. Okay, you did answer my prayers. I am thankful for that. Honestly though, this game is a day job. I'm getting a bit... Not that I was never kind of bored of it before, but it's seriously becoming a day job. I put more hours into this sometimes than I do at work. Let's have a look. What are our fuel reserves down to? 23. Okay, we can go a little bit longer. It's not like we really need to worry about it, but something there. Right, off we go! I didn't realise that was a big hill there. Oh, hang on. Why are my headlights not working? Yeah, but I think those are the Okay, so I think those are some of the griefers that don't truly understand how it all works. Because I've said it before, griefers do it for social reasons. Whoa, the majority of them. I'm absolutely sure of it. I may die here. Just so you know, I'm trying to control the drop. Okay. Right, I won't die. But I have lost where I was heading for now. Ah, there it is. Okay. A lot of them do say that, though. They say that... I've heard some griefers saying they do it so people get good at the game. I've heard griefers saying they do it because they want the game's makers to spot flaws, which is absolute bollocks. And I've seen griefers, I've definitely seen griefers who are doing it just for the sake of griefing, because I've been in, and the strange thing is a lot of them are Russian, and I don't know why that is. At least they are in the Division. Like, I don't know if it's just part of the culture, you know, to dominate or something like that. I really don't know what it is. But a huge amount of Russian people. But this idea that it's going to change the way something goes on is strange. Because one of the things I have noticed, which somebody said the other day to me, which I was going to find out myself, is in the Division there is a group called Rogue 29. And what it is the Division kind of has two steps. It has the pre-end game and then the end game. And the PvP area will not put end game people in with pre-end game people. So once you hit level 30, you're end game, regardless of whether you've actually finished the story, but you're in the end game section. and you get moved up to the next level. So what a lot of people is, they've made a character at 29 and then they only use that character in the PvP area. And in this way there's a lot of kind of bits of the game that they don't work at that level. And so people are able to kind of go mano a mano, if you want me to put it that way, against each other in what they consider a fair and correct way. But that hasn't stopped griefing. So there's an option for people to seriously take away all the crap of the game and go out and experience the game in its true form, and loads of people are choosing not to. They're still griefing, so it's really strange. Hey, just 1 second, peeps. I'm just going to have a quick break for a toilet break. Maybe 1 minute. Hang on, Zoomski, shouldn't you be watching the wedding, you heretic? Hey, Asymmetric One, how's it going? Oh, it's all gone too fast for me now. Let's have a look. Blah, 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 blah. Sorry, people, just give us a chance. Just excuses, just trying to... Yep, absolutely. Well, effectively it is asymmetric, but the game doesn't. You have a really good point with Elite, actually. And I will go as far as to say that in Elite, griefing, ganking, whatever you want to call it, could be considered legitimate in open. So yeah, I don't think Elite's actually even the best game to use a ganking or griefing part, because there is the option there. You can play this whole game in solo and not have to worry, or you can play it in private with your friends. And again, no problem. But the problem for me in griefing and ganking is that it generally goes on in certain systems. So, i.e. the start systems, where people first appear in the game. It happens a lot in there. It happens in live streams. It happens when people are doing big events. And I don't think the people who are doing it to lengthen the story. They're doing it purely to destroy other people's things. For example, I'll give you a very good example. One commander recently, and I do think he's passed away since this moment, he had cancer and he wanted to do one last in-game trip, and a group of people ganked it. And I just think there is socially, even away from the game, there's just something really not normal in that way of thinking. And yes, like Zooms is saying, if it's done as power play factions, even if you're doing it to bring down somebody like the Fuel Rats, I thought actually, you know, well, actually that, yeah, well, it's something like the Fuel Rats. But you don't want, what you don't want is, you don't want some group persistently attacking their system and trying to pull it down and under, or background simulation bombing or whatever when they come in and do it. You don't want that happening, because that doesn't do anything for the game itself. I used the analogy the other night actually with somebody, because I was actually sticking up for griefers and gankers, but because I think it was Kathina who didn't really. She said she couldn't understand why people do it, and I used that quote from Batman when Alfred says, one day there was a man stealing jewels from us, and one day we put out rewards for him, and nobody found him. And then one day I saw a kid playing with a diamond the size of a tangerine, and it turns out the robber had actually in fact been throwing them away. And Bruce doesn't understand, because it's like a monetary value, and he goes, oh, why? And he goes, because some people aren't after money, they aren't after recognition. They just want to watch the world burn. And I think there's a lot of people who go into games griefing and ganking for that particular reason. It is just to watch the game burn or to drive people away. You know, I know people in the Division who are moaning about classified gear sets because it gives players like me the chance to fight back, and it gives players a chance like me the chance to survive, and they don't like it. They complain about it. They're like, oh, well, he shouldn't have these overpowered gear sets, or it shouldn't be overpowered just because he's on his own. He needs to get good or get friends. And it's like, no, you don't like it because they've tried to balance out something that you're doing. Well, so, you know, it's you know, I've been in the dark zone in the Division, and when I'm in the dark zone, anybody who knows me knows I'm a bit of a joker and that I like winding people up. So I quite often go into the dark zone, pick up the shittest piece of equipment I can find, and I run around with it. And the reason I do that, I call in extractions, and I run around with this shitty piece of equipment. And the reason I do that is because the gankers see me setting off extractions. They see me with my bag on my back because it tells them that I have some equipment. And they hunt me down because they think I've got something good. And my hope is, while I spend 2 or 3 hours doing that, is that somebody somewhere maybe gets their equipment out. But as I said, but I have had good experience. There was a group once that I was running through a building, they saw me, they chased me down, and they said, no, stop, we're not going to shoot. And then, you know, one of them stepped up to me and then shot me. But then what they did actually immediately after that was they invited me to their group, and they said, we just shot you because we thought you might have a good piece of equipment. And I was like, yeah, but if I've farmed that piece of equipment, I've spent my time on it, and you're just coming along and stealing it. I was trying to talk them into it, but they wouldn't have it. But what they did do after that is they were helping me try to find some equipment I needed to get. So we ended up teaming up. So sometimes people doing that or playing that way, they do it in the right way. But a huge amount of the time people don't. Huge amount of time people don't. Come on, the germanium. No, I see. I can't agree. The reason I say that is because I view things from a social point of view. I'm not saying that there aren't people out there who want to be pirates. I've met one in open, and I said to him, okay. He said, you know, drop. I remember he even asked for a percentage. He was like, drop 50% of what you've got. I said to him, no, you're gonna have to kill me if you want it. And then I tried to do a runner. I opened my cargo slot, so he saw it opening. Then I closed it and tried to get away, and he blew me up. But that I can accept. What I can't accept is when I was trying to help Obsidian Orbital, I think it was, by getting passengers out, and there was 6 anacondas flying around just killing everybody that moved. No, I don't think that's part of the game at all. For a start, I mean, it's in part it's FDev's fault, because in those systems they should have a huge security presence, in my opinion, who go after anybody who does that type of stuff, and at least it takes them away from the rest of us trying to play it. But oh no, there is no rules in Eve. There's that great story of the guy who stole somebody's ship, which was... But that, again, he infiltrated a group, but that involved money as far as I'm aware, which I think that's where I'm talking about it. In some ways, okay, no rules is alright. But I don't know. It's very, very hard. The other thing is don't forget, we pay for games. You know, I don't think people often understand when they buy something how difficult the game is to necessarily play. And then if you're having to deal with people who are ganking, you've paid 35 quid for the game. I think that's a pretty sad state of affairs, personally. But that's my personal opinion. It's not always welcomed by everybody, but well, they did pay for it too. But let me put it into context. I'll put it into a better context, I think, so you can kind of understand. So, my stream name is Ineffectual Gamer. Right? There's a reason I chose that name, and that's because I'm not good at anything in particular. I'm pretty good, but I'm not great at anything. When it comes down to it, you put me in a PvP situation or a one-on-one with somebody who truly, truly loves the game or truly, truly puts time into a game, they're going to destroy me every single time. Every single time. And even somebody who actually puts what I would consider a reasonable amount of time into learning the game and learning how to do it is going to destroy me. But I paid for the game as well. I'm not saying I want to destroy you. I'm not saying I want an even playing field where I have a 50-50 chance. No, I'm not asking that. What I'm asking for is those people to just not bother me if I'm not good enough. If I'm not good sport, what's the point? That's the other thing I don't get. You know, if you're not good sport, I teach it all the time. I'm a teacher, and I try to teach children the values of playing games, and that actually from losing you can sometimes learn. And if you can't keep your emotions in check while you're playing a game, which kids often can't, then you don't get to play it. But I also teach them, because kids can't help themselves, I also teach them about cheating. Oh, I'm not saying that griefing and ganking is cheating, but it's certainly lopsided. And I teach them that, no, there's no fun in that if it's too lopsided. There's got to be sport in it. Otherwise, for me, it isn't a part of the game. Like, if pirates just were allowed to hang out, for example, in, let's say, pirates were only allowed to hang out in anarchy systems, I'd accept that. I think that's a great idea. But the fact that pilots can get you in Federation systems and whatnot, and am I? Hang on a second. Yes. Places that should be highly policed, and the police reaction just isn't fast enough. So you're always going to get wiped out before the police arrive. When you say that's not the game, do you mean by having certain stipulations in place? Well, it can be. And again, even if you know, even if you do have pirating stuff, well, I'm not saying take it away. That's not what I'm getting at all. I don't mind being pirated every now and again. I've been blown up by NPCs every now and again. I don't mind it. I think like kind of like Zoomski's saying, some people will do it for nefarious reasons and try and say, oh, it's all about the game has piracy, the game has this. If I had the best ship in the game, right, and I had the best skills in the game, I would definitely have days where I go around and go after people. I have no doubt that I would probably do that. Although I've said that I like to be passive in Elite, actually. But to be doing it every day and only every day, it just feels a bit off. And as for this game being an RPG, I don't necessarily agree with that. And that's not from the player side. From the development side, I don't agree with it. Let's have a look. So, Germanium, let's see what we've got now. Please, come on, have us up there. But then you can do things like for example, if pirates could only hang around in anarchy systems when they are being a pirate, then maybe me delivering something in that anarchy system, I get paid more if I'm successful. Do you get what I mean? So at least there's a part of the game that is trying to entice me into going into anarchy systems. And I might even do it. I might even sit there and engineer a really sneaky ship, try and keep off everybody's radars. I'm not saying those parts of the game can't be fun. I'm saying when griefing and ganking comes into it, it never plays in the way it's kind of intended, or I don't feel it plays in the way it's intended. There's guys who play the Division who will literally steal your stuff, then drop it again, spelling certain words if they can, and then they wait for you to come back to get it. Because they want you to know that they've gone through it and they can see it's valuable. I just think there's something different in that way of thinking. Do you know the other thing is as well? Actually, asymmetric one is that I sit in private for that very reason, and don't you think that spoils the game a bit? So there's a lot of times I've heard it, not in this game but in other games, where people will revert to statistics and they'll say, well, actually, you know, most people in open like to play PvP. It's because the only people left in open are PvPers. That's the big problem. You can't have a statistic if the statistics are already skewed from the beginning. Yeah, I've noticed even like Hut and Truckers and stuff like that, they all play in private servers, which is really sad for the game, I think. I genuinely do. You know, somebody was saying, yeah, Eve's the same. If you go into certain systems, there's just people sat there looking to kill everybody, and that's so silly. That's why I think any PvP game should kind of have levels in it, and I think kind of the Division do that quite well. Not perfectly, but they do it. They do it quite well these days. I don't know if I'm going to find anything here. I don't know if I came to the wrong, whether I'm following the wrong thing here. Well, it might make Eve great for some people, but I think it maybe doesn't make it so good for others. Plus, the money side of this game doesn't help with rebuys and stuff like that. If you could make enough money to get rebuys together, I'd probably PvP more, actually. I'm not going to risk 50 million every time I go out. It's not going to happen. I maybe have enough for about 8 rebuys or something, and that's it. I'd be done. I mean, the strange thing is, even to tackle some of the people who just want to kill all the time, was they made CQC. I knew that would kind of disappear, damn it. Right, sorry, hang on, I'm just going to try and concentrate on this for 1 second. Yeah, well, that's where the thing comes. I always say that they're the culprits. It's their game. They've got to balance it out. Other people tell me it's a social thing. Some people think that socially people should be making the right choices, but yep, if the world worked like that, we'd all be living in harmony. Where the hell is that one? I don't know if that's it. Oh, I hate this terrain, man. I really hate this terrain. And I'm not getting anything yet. Are we alright? We're at 98. We're at 24 fuel. Man, has my fuel gone up? Yeah, this is the thing, Zoomski, is there's this saying, get good, and it just doesn't work. I don't think some people... there's a guy who's doing videos for The Division who I've been raving on about for weeks, because this guy cuts through the mathematics and the kind of the confusion of the game for your average player. And this guy's made like my builds and hundreds of other people's builds into more competitive builds, and the interesting part of it is that I still can't beat people in game because they do it all the time and they've got so much more practice than me. But I can hold my own a little bit. The only problem is the developers to stop combat logging, well, or versions of combat logging, have they've made it so you can't run into the safe zone while you're in combat, which is ridiculous. And it, you know, if I'm on my own, I'm getting ganged. If I can make it to that safe zone, I should be allowed to bloody enter it. I don't know. I don't know. It all depends which... I don't personally know anybody who's left the game, but... because you can play in solo. And the thing is a lot of these people are quite cowardly. They only do it in groups. They're not very good at doing it on their own. But at least at least this place isn't as salty as like the Division. You know. Wait a second. Sorry, people. One moment, people. I will be back in a sec. Ah, well, this is why. Yeah, this is the difference. Where and I want to go back to, because I don't think I properly explained it earlier. You've got to remember there are a ton of people. I talk about this every time I talk about the money, because whether it's people who are for or against ganking, people who are for or against making money, people who are for or against ranking up, people who are for and against no seke, whichever. I'm always saying that there's so many people who play games ineffectually. No, there's a lot of people who play games who are not. They haven't got the time a lot of other people have, and even people like me who do have the time. But I really don't want to get into the. I don't want to be sat number crunching and going through websites and shit builds to do X, Y, and Z. I just want to know. I want to go do this. I don't want to be affected by anybody. And if a load of gankers turn up because I'm in a system that's, I don't know, whatever, it just feels a bit daft. I think, like I said, the stuff like making sure certain things only happen in anarchy systems, that would make total sense, or war systems, or civil war systems, that would totally make sense to me. Right, back to the business end. Here we go. Did I roll into a good spot here? So yeah, I mean, I get where you come from, but I'm not saying people shouldn't be allowed to pirate and do stuff like that. That isn't what I... There's a very big difference behind griefing. And griefing, I've said it before and I'll say it again, is for social reasons. Being a pirate, being a cad in a game, and being a griefer are two completely separate things. And it's nothing to do with Frontier necessarily in that sense, in that way. Because it's a social choice that you're making. Yeah, if you want to be a griefer, you're making a social choice to be a bit of a dick. And I don't think that plays out in the lore of the game, or I don't think its intention is to be played out that way in the lore of the game. And I'm not, when I say bit of a dick, I'm not actually pointing the finger at you or anything. But there's a very distinct difference between a pirate and a griefer. Those guys that killed me in the Division and then let me join them, those were pirates. They were going around looking for people with decent gear. But because I didn't have anything and they killed me, they were like, look, if you want to join our group, you might be able to get what you want. As long as it's not what we want. I was like, alright, yeah. That to me is a good way of playing it. They had a specific task that they were trying to do. But the griefers who go in there, especially at night, are just there to destroy your game, and I think that that's just unacceptable. I mean, the good thing is that people like Rockstar, when people were griefing, I mean, people still do, but when people were griefing in Grand Theft Auto 5, they put them all in a server together. I thought that was the best thing. They stuck dunce hats on them and stuck them all in the same server. I thought that was a great idea. Oh, we need some germanium. Seriously. I don't know how long I've been riding this thing, but fuel reserves are down. Oh, and all that way for a bronzite. Come on, bronzite. You can have something. You can have something good. Yes, and this is the thing. You make a very good point there. Griefers generally, and this is the thing. This is why I call people out for it. Griefing is to watch the game burn. It's for nothing else. They're not interested in anything else. That's why I said you have to understand the difference between being a cad or a pirate in game to griefing it. Griefing is solely designed to destroy the game. The people want. I would go as far as some people would even want to see the game fail. So, wait. Kiss his teeth. Nothing. Ah. There. Alright. Oh no, it is very extreme, but this is where I'm saying you can't underestimate people online and how their ideas and how their attitudes spill out. Unfortunately, it sounds a bit extreme, but there are extreme people with extreme ideas, and that's how they play it. Oh, did I just repair twice? Yes, I did. Yeah, well, this is the thing, Zoomski. If you wanted to be a player base, right, of anarchists within the game, and you want to fly through Federation systems, messing up the economy, starting civil wars, okay, I'll buy into your story. But if you just go into those systems and shoot other commanders, it's a cover story for your personal agenda, in my opinion. And people do use politics as a cover for their personal agendas in the world, so that's what I'm saying. There are ways to do things in other ways. I actually love the idea of going in and kind of destroying a system's economy by or causing civil war by bringing in guns. I love the idea of that. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think that's quite quite funny and a really legitimate way of doing it. But if your idea of we're going to bring anarchy by killing every other player, it's a side for what you're trying to achieve. Oh, there's a ship coming over there. Type 7. People always look, especially dickish people, always look for a way to explain why they're doing something dickish, you know? But like I say, I think GTA dealt with it very well. In fact, I think GTA probably dealt with it the best way you possibly could. Those people, they weren't. I think the dunce hats were a bit too far. But the idea of looking at someone's statistics and saying, "Hey, look, this guy just goes around killing people. Let's stick him in a." Let's make sure that when he loads into the game, his account always goes to a server, or for the time being, until his numbers come down, goes to a server with like-minded people. What is there to complain about for that person? What, that he's going to have to fight harder for his kills? Is that what he's going to complain about? Because the poor bastard who can't kit his ship out, he can't fight against you either. You know, and that's the type of thing. When those types of people start complaining, then you know that no, your original reason was to do it was for nefarious or dickish reasons. Dickish. Don't even know if that's a word. Well, it kind of does, yeah, you're right. But that doesn't mean to take advantage of it, just because FDev dropped the ball, does it? Really? Where are you going, Darren? You're going to Swansea. Charabang to the lights. I mean, I don't want to rattle on about this for the whole stream, but if you just take in, I've said it before, if you take in Harry Potter's actions during this whole Salome thing, which I think's a setup. That whole thing was nothing to do with piracy or anything like that. It wasn't to do with being caddish. It was to do with messing up a part of the story. Those guys said that if we go and destroy this, then FDev will have to totally look at the next step in the story, almost having to rewrite it, because I'm sure people were expecting Salome to get through. And whereas, yes, the game is open and everything like that, I just think that if you're doing it for the wrong reasons, then where the hell is it? Aha! Ahaha! Is this 2 or 1? Still can't tell. It looks like 2. Yes, it is. There's a distinct... I hate it when it's dark. I'm going to New York this summer, actually. Germanium! I feel like some Jesus Christ Superstar music needs to break out. Oh, there's another one there. Well, I don't... don't get me wrong, Zubsy. I don't think he set it up. If you know where that is, can you link it? Because I'd generally be interested in reading it. No, I don't think he had anything to do with the setup. No, that's not what I'm saying. But there was somebody behind it. I mean, the fact that the most famous griefing group in the game were allowed access. That's Donald Trump levels of inability. But it is possible. Humans are not infallible. Certainly aren't. Hopefully it'll be the bang in the middle of summer. And I'll get to visit all my movie locations because I'm a bit of a movie buff. I'll get to even the Division, because everybody knows I like the Division. That's set in New York, so I'm going to go to some of the little spots out of that, or that were made famous by that. Get to eat at Cat's Deli, one of the best cafes to eat at in New York. Oh, we've got 3. Wow. Hey, I tell you what, I've seen 2 quite often, but I've not come across 3 very often. Gonna go to a baseball game and have a hot dog, although they are crap. Welcome in, Elderston. I don't know. Do you want to fill me in? I think I've heard the name. Sorry, I'm sorry if I'm shouting down the microphone there. I didn't mean to lean forward too much. I know the name from somewhere. Germanium! I can if they're known to be griefers, or they're known to be trying to wreck stuff. I'm not saying anybody should be. I'm not. No, I think I'm being misunderstood in this sense. I'm not saying they should purposely be banned from doing something. No, what I'm saying is that other groups went out and put a system in place to protect Salome. And someone, somewhere along the way, thought, yeah, let's let these blokes into the group. Now, they could have infiltrated it in their own way, i.e. a smash and grab or whatever, but the fact that somebody kind of opened the doors and said, yeah, walk into the system, I don't know. No, I'm not knocking them as a faction or anything like that. That's not what I'm getting at. I don't have a problem with that. I think the ball was dropped on purpose. That's what I'm saying. I believe the ball was dropped on purpose and had planned to be dropped on purpose. Ooh. Yeah, so for any of you oldies out there who can put down your walking canes long enough to pick up your joystick, I'm going to start doing a retro stream from Monday. Going to play some really old games and have a bit of fun doing that. So if you want to subscribe and get your alerts set up, you can keep in touch with me in the stream and oh, 2 germanium, and you can be a part of that stream. That'll be the first time I do that, and I think it's going to be really good fun. I think it's going to be good fun. And if you're quite young and just want to see how bad games were back in the day, feel free to come along as well. And if you just want to watch somebody fail, then definitely come along. You'll see plenty of that going on. Where's that other one? I've gone off in the wrong direction, I think, and I've lost where this other one is. I think I might be heading up the mountain now. Don't think that wasn't my intention. Jesus Christ, that planet just made me shit myself. Hello, is a ship coming into land? Alright, cheers, that'll Did you see that video I posted in the general thing, Zoomski, of the old people playing Red Dead Redemption? That was great. More old people should actually be introduced to games. I personally think there's a business idea in there somewhere. Especially games like this. Imagine growing up in the 20s and 30s, science fiction the way it was. Imagine being able to pick up some sticks and play this game. You're phenomenal. Oh, we've got 2. Oh, Wally. Oh, forward you Doyle. I was hoping to just find germanium here. No wonder I've had bloody trouble climbing it. We're on a vertical bloody... That's a phosphorus rolling down the hill now. Done that right. I need to get up on this bit. Oh Christ on a stick. This isn't easy. I'm trying to do this on a literally a vertical rock face. And I've got to do it fast before stuff rolls away like the germanium. Quick, 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 get it, 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 get it. Where is it? It's above me, isn't it? So look, I'm sliding down the bloody hill now. There it is. There we go. Right. Are you going to fill me in, Eldestin? I did reply. I said, who is Commander Falter? Oh Jesus, my gearbox is gone. We could try the ski technique. If it's going to allow it. It's not going to allow it, is it? We can try the ski technique, but going up. Yeah, it works. Oh, it doesn't work. It only works partially. Alright, I'm not going to fight this. I'll just drop down the mountain. Probably best off not going backwards and then doing that. Yeah, I'm dead. That's a bit of a stupid mistake to do, but anyway. I think I just passed a bit of iron there. Okay, can we get it under control? There we go, we're clear of the mountain. I'm gonna flatten it out a bit. Surprisingly, I've only lost 3% of shield, which really isn't too bad. I'm getting the hang of this now. Bounce. Whoops. Took a bit more off there. Right, we can survive this. I know we can. I know we can. Again, just need to try to control the spin, the flat spin. Come on, Maverick. There we go. Okay, dokie. Let's land, land. Let us land. There we go. Right, there we go. Right, I'm just going to see where we are with the germanium. If only they needed carbon. Okay, we're on 202, which really isn't bad. How many bits do you get? Is it 3 per one? So... how many have I got? 202, so we're on... we need 48. Okay, we need another 15. Another 16. Now that isn't actually that far off to fill up on germanium. There's actually 2 other things I need to collect as well. I don't have my list. Mepolium or something, and Hypnolium, I think was the other one. And if I can get them by end of play Monday, then, well, I'll have to, because I'm going to do the retro one on Monday. So, yeah, and tomorrow I'm climbing another mountain tomorrow. Nothing crazy, but keeping it going while I can. And then I'll be able to put my new Earth-like worlds stats into thinking. P.S. New Discovery update that Frontier are working on. We need to be able to choose sun types as well in the mapping, and I'm not talking about like A-class stars. We need to be able to choose other things within that sun, so we should be able to choose size minimums, heat minimums, things like that. As a discoverer, I want these options. I'll try not to. I know if it overtakes me, I might have to. Hey, Beldraco, how's it going? No, luckily where I'm going, there's no sheer surfaces. The interesting part is there's going to be snow. Not, it's too low for there to be any ice, which is good. So it's going to be nice to actually in the sun to be walking in the snow. I'm quite looking forward to that. Yes, we need more choice over the suns that we drop in on. Nice one. We have 2 germanium here. We're doing really well. If I need 16 and I've dropped in on 2 already, that is going to make Jack a very happy boy. These little gold nuggets of freedom. Inventory full, inventory full, inventory full, inventory full. Let's make sure that that's right. 2. Yeah. Oh, we've got a... I don't know if I should go there or there. There. So, we can go along here. It's what, 2 down from 16, so 14, right. 14 outcrops to go. Well, not 14 outcrops, but 14 collections. I'm going to actually try and do this. Sod the... I'll take the polonium. I'll always take polonium if it's on offer. Oh crap. Crap, crap, crap. Why do you say I'm making it? Why are you saying I make it look easy? Believe me, mate, I don't make anything look easy. How am I making it look easy and I might be able to make it simpler for you? If I know where you're struggling, I know where I struggle. Wait, we've got 2 more! Chevier. Oh, this is my RNG happiness here. Where are you going? Where are you going? Oh, that's another one. Okay. I'll take that. Where's that other piece? Sulfur there. Hang on, where's that piece of germanium? There. I've found quite a bit of jumponium, yeah. Well, polonium, yeah. In the last couple of days I've found quite a lot, so I'm getting germanium, but I've got polonium now. It must be quite high. 47. So yeah, I'm doing alright. This planet's not too bad for... Whoops. For semi-high level stuff. But I don't need polonium at the moment. Well, the only way... if you're wanting to come to this planet, it's there in the bottom left. It's a pretty good planet. But I have been going around for the last day. So it hasn't all been fun and games. But it is a pretty good planet. It's got a pretty good makeup. So, oh, I didn't even know there was a germanium here. I am making it look easy. I apologise. I'll stop streaming now. If you saw what I've been doing the last few weeks when I'm arriving at planets and the things that I'm expecting to be on them aren't there, I think I deserve a bit of luck in the RNG department. I really do. In fact, I deserve more than a bit of luck in the RNG department. I'm going to head a little bit off this way, away from the mountains, because I'm not a huge fan of this terrain I'm hitting at the moment. There's too much of this up and down. Oh, that's a nice spot, wherever that is. Okay, so have I. Some of it's RNG. There is definitely certain spots which seem to pay out more. I'm not sure if it's the hard to reach spots that seem to be paying out more. Definitely, as I've come closer to the mountains, the terrain's become more difficult, but the payouts have seem to have gone up. I think it is partly to... I don't even think it's RNG. Well, I do think it's RNG, but I don't think there's any numbers. I think it's R. Whoops-a-daisy. what in regards to reading the thing, when I see lines that go from top to bottom, I kind of assume that there's something in that direction, but I don't know if this is true, but the scanner hasn't picked up on what it is until you get closer. Then when you get closer, it kind of flattens out like this, and then you've got stuff close to the scanner. So I adjust my direction and go towards these clumps, but I always try and remember that if there's a bit to the left, just remember when I'm finished that that's the direction it is. And I've followed that rule and it seems to work. You go through like 5 or 10 minutes of getting somewhere, or 5 minutes of getting somewhere, and then when you get there it all loads in. Well, RNG, so random number generator, not RNG, RNG. And it's the random number generator that says whether you're going to be successful or not. But I don't know if it works like that. I think it's just to do with the more you hit, the more you're going to get. I think it's probably more... I didn't think it was percentage-wise, but now I'm starting to think it might be, because... But it also... One of the reasons, it's just nobody's probably looked into it yet, one of the reasons they put the colours on the planet is so it was easy to recognise where to go and find stuff. As far as I'm aware, that's why they did it, so... Right, here we've got one, and then we should have another one just to the left of it. And this is metallic, so you gotta hope. These are the high-end ones, but normally... The high-end, but they normally give shit out. The biggest problem. Oh, we've got two! Nice one, brava. And I think you have to stick with it for time as well. I think if you come in the first part of the game that you're playing it, it's not going to pay out. I've been rolling now for maybe an hour and a half or so. Okay, so I was saying just to the left. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so there should be something around here. Oh yeah, I like Euro Truck. Actually, I like it more than I like it. I really like Euro Truck. Have you got the mods for it? Like the really, really good mod? I've forgotten its name now. The one that puts like half of Spain and Iceland and... not Iceland, Greenland and Denmark and stuff in it. It's a great mod. You have to have a half-decent computer to run it though. And it takes a while to load up, but once it's loaded up, germanium. Once it's loaded up, it's bloody good. They've actually done a better job of it than the original map makers. Sulfur, now inventory full. Right. So we're kind of starting again. So we look for these lines. Okay, there's some going from top to bottom here, but there's a mountain there, so I'm not going towards the mountain. So I want to go in kind of in the opposite direction. So we're in like a cove here actually. So maybe I should just head over here. So there's no lines top to bottom here, but I'm gonna try and do a distance thing. So see if we can see any flat land. That's quite flat over there. Over in that direction. It's too rocky here. Oh, they do. I mean, the mods, they're generally pretty good at they're generally pretty good at keeping them up to date. They're generally good at keeping them up to date. I always know with a lot of games I don't even allow the auto updates on them. I really don't like it because if the update brings a game breaking thing, which it can, there we go. Okay, we found one. It's gonna be something good. Right, somewhere just off to the left. It's not as thick as it was, but... Why did that disappear? Oh really? I've got American Truck Simulator as well. Oregon would be really nice. Really nice. Driving in the rain. Whoa. We won't be going down there. So you can see now I've hit a really dud spot now. You just have to persevere, unfortunately. How much germanium do I need now? Oh, we're nearly there, folks. We're nearly there on germanium. And then we'll be aiming for rehypnolium.
This program contains very strong language, aggressive and violent behaviour, and...
Don't know why that's loaded up. Have I got my voice thing on? Let's try that one. Right. So, yeah. What was I saying there? Oh yeah, I'll have to go for Rehemniolumum and Morbisapi Lapiapium as well. And then, if I can get them today, or at least if I can get them... Crap. Oh, hang on. 1 second. Oh, we've got a spot. We've got a spot here. Looks like it's a bit of a distance away. So yeah, what's the other two I need? Molybdenum. That's the one I need. I've got 53 at the moment. It's probably going to be a bit of a cack on to get that. It's only level 3. Germanium, I'm nearly full, but that's only level 2. And then ruby copiopium, or whatever it's called. Ruthenium. That's a level 4. So... And I don't know how it works or anything when I get there. I honestly have no idea how it's going to work when I get there and whatnot. All I know is they want us to deliver it, so... Might as well. Still not sure what ship to take it though. I think it's the it's going to have to be the Memphis Belle, I think. I might have to mess around with the Memphis Belle just a little bit and see if I can... See if I can get a bit more out of her. Oh, this is so hard. I've got quite a few blips on here and I don't know which one to go after. I think I'm going to continue with this one because it looks like it might break into 2. Might break into 3. Actually. This is the crux of this game. And I've been made to choose, aren't I? Do I go to the left? I do, because there's actually a rock there. And I think there's going to be one just to the left of that as well. So that's good. Bum, 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 bum. Right. Please send your germanium, please. No, tin. I'll take the tin, I suppose. It's not a... Where did the tin go? I've not got a ton of tin. Oh, this made my my idea easier anyway. Is it really there? Yep. There it is. As it crashes into the ground. Hull integrity compromised? No, lad. How much are we on? 32 actually. We should maybe consider fixing it. Repair. Do we need to refuel? Might as well refuel while I'm at it. Germanium! Should do a stream where I have to do a shot every time you hit gold. Should have to do a shot. And that reminds me, Zoomski, I will do a mining stream at some point. Fancied kind of doing it this week, but then the CG kind of took over. I was going to drop the CG actually because I was so pissed off with how stupid the first one was, and I certainly didn't want to go to Colonia, but then I thought, you know what, I did enough number crunching on the last trip to try and get my water worlds and earth types down to a fine art. I know there's RNG involved, but I'm always desperate to try and prove a point on those things as well, so. Quite a lot of stuff came out of that one. Germanium! I would be pissed as a newt by now. Materials. BCDFG. We are almost there, ladies and gentlemen. 232. What's that? Come on. 18 divided by 3. 6? 6. 6? Pretty sure it's 6. Yes, it is 6. Right, so we've got 6 more to go. Is damn sight better than 15? Yeah, I chose to do the crappy CG, yeah. It's pretty much, that's why I have the name Ineffectual Gamer. I make the worst choices. The worst decisions. I join things at the worst possible time. It's just the way it is. I was honestly hoping for a delivery or a mining one this week. I truly was. That's what I had my heart set on. But it's kind of killing two birds with one stone. I needed a reason to go out into the black because I have to talk myself into it these days. And I just felt that this was... Damn it. This would be an alright CG to take part in order to do that. You know it's a good day in school when you've maxed out on vanadium. I don't know, vanadium isn't the most expensive one, but it's I think it's, is it 3? Vanadium? Oh no, it's a 2, but even so, it's nice to see. Yeah, I mean, I don't often take part in them, to be honest with you, Beldraco. I honestly don't. They're not really my cup of tea. But, I promised myself last week that I'd do one this week, and the other one is ridiculous, because you can literally sit in a spot, log it in and out, and you can make a lot of money per hour if you have the right setup. And it just feels like an exploit to me. But if somebody said to me, oh well, you could do it fairly, but if you do it fairly, you're not going to get into the top you're not going to get into the top 10% or the top 5%. I would love to be able to buy mats or collect them from somewhere and then just pirate them. Come on, Aaron Jesus. We need this we need this germanium. Come on. Right, we've got 2 outcrops here. I didn't expect that one to split into 2. Let's go get this one first. Germanium! I think everything else is that's gonna make it full. Okay. Oh, there's a skimmer spot over there. Or a mining spot or something. Not gonna bother messing around with them today. There's more than carbon, sulfur. Something shot off in this direction. I saw it. Oopsie-daisy. Can always have a nosy posy at it. I just Oh, it's actually a defense turret. No way I'm messing around with that. Oh, manufactured mats. Yeah, I do Dav's Hope 2 and all that lot. Yeah. Well, it's the only way to do it, to be honest. I don't do it as much as I should. I should have a visit back there. At some point, definitely, because I've used a ton of my mats. Hello, Kathina. Good afternoon. Oh, got something here. Something's coming up. Whoops, a daisy. Don't know exactly where it is, but it's somewhere around here. Well, you'd think. Dav's Hope 2, it is. Oh, I can't. Unfortunately, I can't do it in this. Otherwise, it'll mess the galaxy map up. You're on the Discord, aren't you, Beldraco? I can. I'll send you it in Discord. The thing is, you'd watch them all, Kathina. Oh no, that would be Dav Hopes on a plane, wouldn't it? These motherfucking Dav's Hopes on a plane. Oops, here he comes to wreck the day. Oops. One question I have, if anybody can answer this question. Okay, a planet's makeup, yep. The planet is made up of X% germanium. So why the hell am I getting it from meteorites? Can anybody explain that to me? I would be very interested to know the truth. Right, so that'll be the skimmers, I think. But wait, there's more. That's good. My the Memphis Belle gets 64, I think. I can probably get a tad more out of it, but I think I could get 65, but I wouldn't be able to have a rover in it, unfortunately. Yeah, damn it. Well, it used to be subdecked, and then FDev said it was acceptable in certain situations because they have limitations with how many things they can place. Which is why I always laugh at atmospheric landings. You can land, I'm sure you can land in an atmospheric landing, but you're going to be limited to 5 trees. Five trees, 2 bits of water, 1 animal. Was that germanium? It was. I can even sniff the stuff out now. This is getting better and better. Inventory full. Let's keep going. Ah, right, I didn't know that. Okay. I stand corrected, said the man in the orthopedic shoes. Right, EFG. Right, we only need 3 more. 3 more germanium, and we are packed to the rafters. Packed to the motherfucking... I shouldn't have sworn that. It's Saturday afternoon. The mother-loving rafters. Sorry, Mum. Right, let's have a look. I know I was adopted. So, we might have 2 here, actually, so... If the... Oh, no. I know, I'm off, fuck off. I'm going, Anna. Well, skimmers have a long memory. That skimmer coming after me, because I will make toast of him, and they can't I can't find you for... Yeah, somebody tipped me £5. It was a bad one. Yeah, I'm doing the CG. You know this Cathenia grasped me up to... You didn't grasp me up, I'm only kidding. Yeah, okay, I'll take these. I don't need them, but I'll take them. There we go. Don't make me question it. Yes, it does. Don't do that to me, Kathina, because I'm nowhere near a message board. Yes, it does. It does. I'm nearly full. I'm just... I need three more, I think. Well, 3 more actual rocks, and that will fill... That will fill up my my tanks. So obviously the RNG is going to kick in now, or the FML RNG. Okay, but we've got 2 rocks here, so that's a good start. If one of them could be metallic, I'd be really happy, because they generally have 2, but I'll take bronzite. I knew it was going to start doing this. I will not hit germanium now for ages. I know it. I'm not a pessimist. I'm a realist, I've told you. Oh, I've got vanadium, haven't I? No idea, Kathina, but it is mats, because the 3 things they need is germanium. Where is it? Molybdenum and ruthenium. So these are the 3 things that they need. I'm supposing it just gets deducted. But it is a strange one, I must admit. It is strange. I thought there was stuff you mine at first, like mining as in going out and mining. Because I thought, oh, that's good, I can do this as my mining stream. And then when I looked at them, I was like, no, these aren't stuff you can buy. These aren't commodities. I didn't just drive away from one, did I? No, I didn't. No, I didn't. Well, I think that you will go there and whatever it is you have to do, right, when you complete a mission, and it'll just deduct them. I suppose. Or either it might not even deduct them, it might just give you the mission reward and kind of pretend you've brought them, I don't know. Oh, what am I doing? The missions are in here, aren't they? Hang on a second. This RNG is going to be a twat now. I'm not hitting anything here. There you go. Micro resources. Scientists and Colonia, blah 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 blah. Research requires a range of specialized materials. Blah blah blah. Oh. Why aren't they listed there? They are just, or am I not reading them? Am I not reading it right? This research requires specialized materials which will pay handsomely. Well, it doesn't list them in here. It does when you go to the mission board. Why doesn't it show it in here? Oops. No, that wasn't what was my intention. Alright, I'll have a look at that one, because this one's actually got like 4.8. Which really isn't bad. 4.8 or 4.6, can't remember. For germanium, and it has been dropping pretty well. It's stopped in the last few minutes, but that's because, and I'm sure it's because I'm on my last part. And random becomes impossible in all computer games when you get to this point. So it's not unexpected. Way, germanium! I'd love to do a shot stream where I'm doing that, but only after I'm better, ladies and gentlemen. Can't do it before then. I'll take some zirconium actually. Do some of that. You might never know when it's needed. Germanium! Okay, so I think we need one more now. Right? Yeah, one more. It's gonna be nice to get off this planet actually. I quite like it. I love the mountains on it, but I'd like a change of scenery. Maybe work in the sunshine. Yes, you should. Well, essentially you do give it to NPCs for the trader, don't you? So, you know. What you can do, which is what I was actually originally going to do yesterday, but I didn't stream, was I was going to ask people to come into the stream and actually go around looking for meteors and stuff to shoot it with me, so they can actually leave the stuff behind for me to collect. But If you get what I mean in that sense. So that is a way to do it. Jeez Louise, can we just get to the destination? Oh, why does somebody always do that halfway through? Thanks Itchy Feet 1969. Thanks for the follow. Is that on Twitch? Are you following on Twitch? I think he is. Getting alright, Twitch following now. Might have to stop stop using all you YouTube peasants. If I can get money to... Right. Let's hope. It's a big one. Dropped quite a few pieces, so... Nope. We're not quite there yet. Is it that bad, Kathina? I know it's pretty bad. Oh, the hell's that doing sat there? I think the RNG's gone a bit up the wall. That shouldn't have just been sat there in the middle of nowhere. I'll take it. I don't know how there can be anything out this way because I just drove this way. Yeah, that's why I did the screen thing. I mean, sometimes people do, but it's quite... I understand it's quite hard. There'll never be an integration there, unfortunately. Twitch is actually a better platform, regardless, in every way, for the viewer and the viewee. It's a bit cluttered, I will say that much. Slightly cluttered. Germanium! We've done it! We are stocked up on Germanium. Germanium storage full. How about that? One second. Right, we can finally call a ship back. Did I recall a ship? Yep. Happy days are here again. Hello, Dorker the Explorer. Royal Whale. Well, this one's actually called Ineffectual Salvage because it was supposed to be a salvage ship. Hello, Dave. Oh, I'll tell you what's happened, yeah. Somebody's either let theirs drop in and dropped out, or they've actually tried to use you as bait. I don't know. That's a shame. 4 bloody hunters. I've had a hard enough time recently just dealing with hunters, Dave, that I've got a bit sick of it now. I was really enjoying it, but I don't know what the hell's happened, because I was able to get to the dark zone and extract really quite easily, and now suddenly I can't do it for the life of me. Every time I fail, and the hunter's taking advantage of me, and I don't know why. I don't know what it is I'm doing wrong, but so it's taken away a bit of the fun at the moment. I might just go and do a bit of underground. Oh really? Why did you do that? Is that to make money for it? It should be 3 jumps. I don't understand why it's 3 jumps. Yeah, but sometimes people drop out through through internet problems and stuff like that, and it doesn't mark them as actually left the game, because I think you've got 5 minutes to come back to the server. No, I understand. I'm actually thinking of doing that with my fleet as well. I think I've got a lot of money invested into ships I don't really use. There's a couple I can't get rid of, because I kind of made an agreement that I wouldn't, so... But I could probably strip them. Oh yeah, I know which one you mean, Dave. Oh, I like my Type 9. It's a good mining ship as well, don't forget, Kathina. In fact, it's a great mining ship. It's slow, I'll give it that, but it's to be expected. You. I think I'm going to try and land on the sun side this time if I can. There is a massive canyon on there. Two really weird spots actually. I don't know what that is. There's some type of... I think this is one of the biggest craters I've ever seen. There's craters within the crater that are big enough. It's whether there's craters inside the craters inside the crater. So hello, if you've just joined the stream, it's your first time, do come by and say hello in the chat. If you're enjoying the video, please leave a like. And if you really like it, a subscribe would be much appreciated as well. I'm going to settle down somewhere down there, just in front of me, just kind of a little bit forward of these mountainous peaks, because they're just going to be a nightmare if I drop in there. That's true, Kathina. Hey Malcolm, how's it going? How are you diddling? Got 0.73 G on this one, so it's a bit soft, but this is super flat. Well, it looks super flat, it might not be. You never know, we'll have to see. Flattish. What's Total War, Malcolm? Is that turn-based? You have to forgive my ignorance. I don't know a whole load about it. Okay, we'll go in the full up one just so I don't have to mess about. Well, this one should be a bit more fun. It definitely looks a lot flatter. And therefore probably easier to find. Bit easier to find stuff. Okay, we got it. Looks like it's breaking into two. No, break into one. Oh! Spoke too soon. Oh no, it did break into two, that's alright then. Oops. Oh, we've got germanium here as well. Dagnammit. Alright, we've got another one over here. We'll try this one out for size. Okay, it's Mercury. Don't think I've got a lot of Mercury. No, I haven't. Yes, I think so. That's the one Kathina was saying that drops in more here, so... if it stays this flat, this is going to be nice, but whether any of it actually drops in that, it's got a lower drop rate. But then again, on one of the planets, arsenic has a really low drop rate, and it seems to drop in all the time, so... It's not turning up anything I need at the moment. Which is unfortunate. I did watch one the other day, Dave. Yeah, can't remember. I can't remember what the guys are talking about now. They were talking about how approachable kind of the different things were, which I thought was interesting. The only thing I don't like the idea of is those Marauder things. They're like, it's like DayZ, World War Z. Sorry, it's gonna be a bit. I didn't know Zirconium's level 4 actually. Oh, we've got Vanadium, we've got Iron, we just have to keep pushing. I don't think we're going to get much in outcrops, are we? Yeah, I don't think we're going to get much from outcrops. Oh, that was what. Sorry, not Marauders, Hordes. Yeah, yeah. That's. I'm not a big fan of that. It's actually one of my pet hates and stuff. But the game itself just looks so nice. I don't think it's gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be one that's easily ignored. Oh, we're not doing well here. Is that like 5 or 6 that I've hit now? I just have to say. I like this flat bit, I must admit. That's the best part so far. Allows you to get to it from A to B much faster. I'll give it that much. If you can find where B is. Probably. No, actually, it's there are a few people doing it. I noticed the tonnage was pretty high. I checked it the other day, because don't forget there are people out there who are constantly out there. So they probably have some type of collective going where they know the best planets to get stuff. I would suppose they're all in cahoots. Yeah, apparently, and you can use them against your enemies as well, which I like the idea of that. They should have had that in the original Last of Us. I have to be a bit careful here. I don't want to be going up a mountain. Yeah, you have to have a community goal for them as well. It's unfair if you don't. Okay, I really didn't want to be going halfway up a mountain for this one. So if something popped up now, I'd be sincerely happy. Yeah, I'm not going all the way up. There's no point. There's so much space down there. So much space. Cripes. G's too high for doing that, I think. Oh, let me get off this thing. It's doing my head in now. Sounds like the back chassis is going to fall off. Okay. Ruthium. Okay, and there's two. So that was an outcrop that gave me them two. This is the RNG for you folks. Ruthenium or whatever it's called. Nobium. I need Nobium. Vanadium I've got. Iron I've got. So I'm guessing it's only that one. Do you think this one's atmospheric? Oh. Or was that a joke? Bronzite Condite? Ugh. Yeah, the colour's alright. I don't know if it looks very atmospheric though, it just looks like a rock. But the colour of it's nice. There's a little bit of a haze. Some of the planets have a really good haze to them. I like that. It gives it a bit more personality. I just wish they could do the planets like they do in No Man's Sky. It's so much nicer. Oh well, Outcrop gave us something good last time, so... Ruthenium. Okay, we can have a look over here. Actually, it might be good with it. It might be good with a steering wheel. Never thought about it. Okay, so the outcrops have actually done well for us so far, so... Not this time. I'm full of vanadium as well. Zirconium we need. Oh, I'm gonna smash right into that wall. Ah, no. Right. Oh. Don't know what this is over here. This is a real strange. I'm wondering if it's one of those defense turrets. Yeah, damn it. I had a feeling it was one of those places with skimmers and everything. What I don't want is this for to leading me all the way back to this mountain. No, we got two just popped up. That's good. Got a third to pop up. That would be nice. But two will do. I don't know if I'm going to have enough time to go and get all these other bits. Or should I say I don't think I have enough patience to go get these other bits. Let's go do the second one here because it's so close. At least it's paying out two at a time. It has got that going for it. Okay. At least the outcrops kind of come thick and fast. Doesn't seem to be as heavy a searching for them on this planet. true hit and miss with them, like. There we go. I didn't know that, Snigger. That's very interesting to know. That scares the living daylights out of me. Hopefully the music soothed the process. Oops. The hell happened there? I think I need to head more out towards the centre than I do. Keep an eye on my integrity. Oh, that might be one up ahead. Looks like one. There we go. Certainly is. It's another one of those mining things off to the left. Still no Rahenium. Oh, we've got another outcrop ahead of us though, which is good. 2. Okay. So let me just shut up. Athenium. Ah, now you can only hold a 150 of this. I didn't notice that. So, okay. Makes it a bit more interesting of a one to collect. Right, okay, it's broken in two now, so at least we can find the first one and then... No, because I have to give it all up, don't I? Oh, there's two, that's okay. I'll be giving it all up when I get to Colonia. Well, at least any extra stuff that I have I can trade down. Ah, we've got 2 ruthenium in this one. That's good. Right, children, I'm going to take a bit of a break for the day because I need to do some cooking and I've got a few other things to get on with. So, look, it's nice to stream. Thanks everybody for dropping in. I'll probably be back up later tonight. So, keep an eye out for the stream going active. And thanks for dropping in, and I'll see you later. 9-7.